Welcome to Madison and Camp Randall Stadium. Always rowdy, always ready to support the Badgers. They've been getting ready for this game since the early morning. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement, big playoff implications. As we'll see the number 7 team in the country, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. This line gets set up. It's a first down play. From the shotgun, handoff inside. They'll stop him with the 34. That will be a first down.
Nice run here by this Wisconsin running back to pick up the first down, and you love to see Wisconsin when they can run the ball. Think about, Chris, the embarrassment of riches that the Badgers have had over the years. Monty Ball and Melvin Gordon and Jonathan Taylor, and going back to Ron Dane, who won the Heisman. So many good guys that have played at Camp Randall.
Important second down play coming up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Looking to pass here on second down. And he cannot escape the defense with a sack.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
On third down, he drops to throw. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Whoa, you talk about a big hit there. I think this guy holds on to this football at a critical third down if this linebacker doesn't lower the blow. Great timing on that hit to prevent the PI call and to get this team to fourth down.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Makes the defender miss. And the tackle is made, but let's check out what this flag is about. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. Here's the second down play. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Short throw complete to the tight end. They bring him down after a short gain there.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
It's third down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Breaking free at the 35. And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down near the 26.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot, but I think the reality of seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to do.
Makes the catch. Can he get in? Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be first and goal.
Great quarterbacks have answers no matter what the defense is in. This time, the quarterback and the receiver knew that they were going to be able to connect on that corner route before the ball was snapped. The throw was so quick, the defense didn't have much time to adjust.
Catch made, but the defense gobbles him up for just a short gain. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The defense swarms him in the backfield. He had nowhere to run, loses 2 yards.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
And the crowd really making some noise now, trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. They'll look to throw it on 3rd and goal. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Wisconsin offense back out on the field. The last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Receiver makes the catch. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
Any good offense has to have a reliable, quick to intermediate passing game. Even though that wasn't enough for the first down, it's plays like this that help you sustain drives and not get stuck with 3rd down and long.
Try and muscle for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And the Badgers starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Here comes a first down pass attempt. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play. The Badgers pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Took contact on the throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
You can't say enough about the quarterback and his toughness. He knew that he was going to get hit. He looks right down the barrel and makes the throw and gets rid of it before the contact for the touchdown.
Automatic on the PAT. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
That picks up a first down. We'll spot it at the 39.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Takes the ball and heads to the left side. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. And the sophomore QB with an inaccurate throw threw it behind his man.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down coming up.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Cut quickly. And that stiff arm will help earn him the 1st down.
Chris, you can see when the offensive line does their job and gives this quarterback time to throw, you're going to see plays like this and 1st downs for the Badgers offense. And they've had some good ones over the years. Very efficient. Of course, Russell Wilson is the name that stands out, but they've had others. Scott Tolzien, Darrell Bevel, Jim Sorgi, Brooks Bollinger. Some good quarterback play that always seems to make the right decision.
So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Looks to the left for a quick throw. He makes the grab. 4th set of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a 1st down.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
And the Badgers are moving quickly down the field. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And that run produces a decent gain.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
Here comes a handoff. Oh, football comes out. The offense recovers the fumble.
Wow, that is big-time awareness by his teammate to get on top of that football. As a result, they catch a break and are able to retain possession.
The Badgers looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1. And the defense bringing out some big bodies to stop the run. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. We'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. They pressure him and get him. The loss back to the 7-yard line.
Man, the defense comes up with a big play here, backed up close to their own goal line. But as an offensive coordinator, you're inside that 3-yard line at 2nd and goal. If you're going to throw the ball, man, the ball has got to get out of that quarterback's hands quickly and not give the defense a chance to get after him and bring him down.
And it's intercepted right near the goal line. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
Man, this is a big-time play by this linebacker showing his versatility. We know he can stop the run, but in zone defense with cover 2, he's got an area he's got to be able to defend, and it's exactly what he did. And I don't know if the quarterback even saw him or knew that he was capable of making a play like that.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Everybody knows how hard it is to run the ball when you're this close to your own goal line. And everybody in the stadium knows you're going to try to run the ball to get it away from the shadow of that goal line. But you got to do a better job than that. You're a yard away from giving up 2 points and a safety because you couldn't hold your own up front.
From the shadow of the goal line, looking to throw the ball. Flags a quick throw. Tackle, but 1st down. The tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And right, the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
They get him to the ground about the 18-yard line.
Well, I think we can all see how tough it is to control this guy under center today for this defense. But they did a nice job of keeping him contained. But they've got to stay focused. They can't get lazy because we could see him breaking one any moment against this defense.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. He's going for a big play downfield. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. Going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Out of the gun now on third down. It's a quick grab. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down. That's the 2-minute warning now here in the first half. Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it go quickly. And he's got it. And he's in the clear down the right side. End zone ahead. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Oh, this guy has a knack for the end zone, doesn't he? That's 2 touchdowns for this guy today, and I don't know if he's done yet.
The extra point gives them a 14-7 lead. Now they get set to kick it away.
Kentucky 14, Wisconsin 7.
Fields it just outside the goal line. Could be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Wisconsin offense is back out on the field. They want to cut into this lead before halftime. They have to work quickly now. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Fires this one deep middle. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Badgers.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read. Puts the ball where his man can make a play on it. And they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. The BAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Play never had a chance. Defense grabs him for a loss. So the screen on 1st down is snuffed out nicely, and now they're behind the sticks here.
Yeah, the offense tried to fool this defense by going to screen on 1st down, but give the defense all the credit in the world. They're not fooled at all. Read that perfectly, able to chase that down for a loss.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. That ball snagged for a completion. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to 1st down yardage. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. The shotgun handoff here. Breaks loose at the 40. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. 3rd and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the 1st down.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. Short connection to the tight end here. The offense will take their first time out of the half. A tough strategy here.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, it's an incompletion here, but I I bet this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
Challenging spot for the offense. It's 3rd down and long from the 45. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. And now another deep ball here. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
And here comes the Badgers offense back out on the field. It'd be a surprise if they took a risk here with the final seconds of the 1st half, backed up near their own end zone. Tackle made after a big gain. The offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. That's a bullet right into the heart of the field. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down, but missed it.
I mean, I get trying to get the football to this receiver. He's one of the most talented guys in the country. But with 2 guys bracketing him, I don't know why you would make that throw. Should have been intercepted.
Looked over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Quarterback escapes the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Nice job of this defense taking away the primary receiver, even the 2nd and 3rd option. But the quarterback's legs are the difference. They almost kept him short, but instead, he gets that 1st down.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And he'll rifle this one deep to the right side. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Badgers will kick this deep to begin the 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. Comes the Kentucky offense back out there. Oh, it's snapped to the back. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
You know, you roll the dice here as a defense when you play man-to-man. The thing is, you've got to get pressure on the quarterback. If you don't, he's got time, and now he can look at that defense and figure out where is his best one-on-one matchup, and he makes a big play there.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
He stopped, but he gets a 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, they're just fundamentally sound, right where you want to be after the completion. Nowhere to go after that catch.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Makes a quick grab. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
And you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
So second down after the incompletion. Now we run a draw play. Will he score here? Forced out of bounds just short of the end zone.
That back was shot out of a gun. How quick did he accelerate to pick up those yards? Just an electric run. Somehow he's knocked out of bounds at just the 1-yard line. Well, he deserved a touchdown there.
And this big crowd doing everything possible to inspire this defense down here near the goal line. And the fullback gets in on the action with the carry. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, they're just not successful here on 2nd and goal, but let's give a lot of credit to this defense. They've looked good on these first 2 opportunities by the offense. They strung that last play out and forced a loss of yardage, bringing up 3rd down.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. 3rd and goal, will try to run it in. Makes the catch, but the defense breaks in the ball, and it's a short game.
Tell you what, for a tired defense that's been out on that field for a long time on this drive, what a stop there on 3rd and goal. It brings us to 4th and goal. And as a head coach on the offensive side, when you put together this kind of drive here,
touchdown, Wildcats. Will take the lead in the second half.
Chris, what about the mentality here from this offensive coordinator? Instead of throwing the football, they decide to get behind the offensive line, get physical with this defense, and pound it into the end zone.
He knocked through the extra point. The lead is 7, 21-14. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Wisconsin offense back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball for 31.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on 1st down, that's a win.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. He's going to take off. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. You got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually that's going to cost you.
The game picks up the 1st down, tackled at the 37.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Makes a quick catch. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. They bring him down, but the freshman quarterback showing off the arm strength. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He'll throw it now. And it's just beyond the receiver's grasp. Too much on that one.
I think he predetermined where to go with his football. Really did give himself a chance to work through his progressions, locked into his primary, tried to force it in there, and it doesn't work out.
Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can he keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. The QB throws his third pick of the day. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Now look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. Suddenly, this is a tighter game. You'd love to build a drive, choose some clock. How aggressive will they get with the play call? Tackle is made, just a short gain after the completion.
Hey, it's a gain, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They call the draw play here. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Well, with the lead here, this is where you want to just take your time. The defense, as we know, they are looking to do anything they can to create an aggressive play to try to create a turnover. So you got to work that clock, but also protect the football. I'm sure the coach right now is preaching to all his guys and reminding them about ball security at this point in the game.
Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now fourth down.
Hey, I understand the aggressive approach here on third down and long, trying to pick up the first down, but look at the scoreboard. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. Smart play would have been to keep running the football, work the clock, force them to use their timeouts. Now at fourth down and long with the lead, tough decision here. I think you got to punt it away.
And the Wisconsin offense is back out on the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Powering through the defender. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. First down and 10. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Off play action, he's looking to throw. He lets it go on the move. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
The offense getting closer to a game-tying touchdown. It's first and 10. And there's the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so second and 4.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Quarterback will throw it off the run pass option. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Interesting call here, Chris, with a screen pass in the fourth quarter late in the game. I think they're expecting the defense to get upfield on the pass rush. But give the defense all the credit. Recognizing it, almost really anticipating that this screen was coming, and then rallying to the ball.
Can't hold on. A good defensive play brings up a fourth down.
Oh, he just missed his receiver there on 3rd and short. Now you got to think in the fourth quarter, 4th and short, you got to try to cut into this lead. You might want to go for this here to keep thinking about 6 points.
4th down, looking to throw for it. Oh, and it's incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. Crucial moment late in this game.
Oh, so close to coming up with that conversion here on 4th down in the fourth quarter. Close football game. Now you got to rely on your own defense to come up with a stop and hope you get one more chance.
It's a quarterback keeper. Solid run. They'll bring it down to the 28-yard line.
Well, we got a smart offensive coordinator on our hands today, Chris. Great job of just keep feeding this running back, keep it on the ground, working with the lead in the fourth quarter, force them to use all their timeouts, and just keep working that clock.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. And he finds his tight end for the catch. And the gain just good enough for a 1st down.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
They'll work the clock here with the running game. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Pitch to the back. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
Well, this is a huge 3rd down coming up here, and here's where that chess match comes to head. And for the defense, they desperately need to make a play if they believe they have any chance of coming back to win this game.
Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Try to make it with a quarterback sneak. He goes nowhere on 3rd and short. I don't think he got it. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Rolling the dice a bit, up one possession and going for it on 4th down. Toss play to the outside. He's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. So the offense will decline the penalty and just take the result of that play. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's an out route, the catch made. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
One thing I love about this battle is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Fires it to the wideout. And he pulls in the catch. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Here's the snap, looking to throw. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
Now that's going to bring up a critical third down here as we're late into this football game in a drive where they need points. This quarterback's got to take control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays that you could go to, whether it's a run or a pass, but you've got to come up with a first down.
The stop made at the 5. The offense will have first and goal now. Head coach spending a timeout to try to get his defense together. Offense looking to throw the ball. And the pass is incomplete. Coming up, second down and goal. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Looking to pass here on second down. Caught near the goal line. He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
What a touchdown here with under 2 minutes to go. And the big question now, Chris, is do you get this extra point to tie it up, or do you go for 2 to potentially take the lead? Either way, the defense still is going to have to go out there and make some plays.
And the important PAT is up and good. We're tied in the fourth. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. Your worst-case scenario, you go to overtime. But can they make something happen here? Try to win it in regulation. Let's see. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And they're finally able to stop him. But great execution on the screen pass. Fooled the defense there.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards in the first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on.
They bring him down, but not before a huge gain. Moves the ball to the 40-yard line. That's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. And a timeout taken by the offense to stop the clock with 12 seconds remaining. So looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. A chance for this kicker to almost certainly win the game in the final seconds. He knocks this one right through. And they've regained the lead. After the clutch kick to take the lead, now they'll kick it away. The offense still a chance to tie this game if they can drive the field quickly. Returner decides to fair catch this. They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. Quarterback making some changes at the line. First down, looking to throw the football. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. And a late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock. So here it is, a pressure moment. The field goal team on the field, a lot riding on this kick. And with 4 seconds to go, this field goal would send us to OT. He missed it. Field goal, no good. A missed chance to tie this game. Still down by 3. So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration. Well, here we are, midpoint of the season, and this group is still marching along undefeated, chasing a perfect record, and getting a lot of attention, Kirk, at this point.
Well, they're as good as anybody that we've seen all year long in college football. They are headed towards that college football playoff and a shot at a national championship. Now, the thing is, they just need to remain focused on each week